Hi, and welcome back to the greenhouse here at the North Lodge Cottage Garden. And this, if you're growing along real time, is your 14-day point for our sweet pea grow along. Seeds were sown exactly 14 days ago again today, and we're just going to have a quick check-in. Now, a lot of you saw me have a quick look on a live last week, and you should have just about seen germination and tiny little growth tips coming along. Let's uncover them and actually just take a look at what they look like now. Right, so 14 days in, your baby sweet peas should look something along this line. We've got nice, strong stems coming up to around 1.5 to 2 inches high. Still yet to put on any actual true leaves, but that's absolutely fine. These trays, incidentally, were the ones that spent the best part of 10 days on the heat mat. I've now swapped them round. These are completely off heat now, and the ones that were slightly behind have now gone onto the heat mat. I'm going to grab one of those for you so you can see the difference. You can see how much further behind these ones are here, only just breaching the soil, around 1/2 inch tall versus sort of 1.5 inches. I'm just going to put this one back so I know where this one comes from. But this is the stage you should be at the 14-day point. And really this little check-in was to make you aware that if you are growing like me under glass, you want to start thinking about lifting the cloche off of these during the day. Temperatures here in the UK are reaching around 9, 10, 11 degrees now during the daytime. We're not going to be seeing any substantial frost over the next 5 or 6 days across the UK. So temperature under glass is basically going to be reaching at least 18, 19, 20. Underneath the cloche, that could be up to 25 to 26 degrees, which is far too warm. So if you can, you want to be lifting the cloche off of these just before you go to work and popping them back on just before the sun sets, so once you're home. So your sweet peas should now look something a little bit like this. They now might require just a little bit of water. Now don't forget, bring your water in from your water butt, keeping it in your greenhouse for at least 24 hours to bring it up to temperature before you slop stone cold water all over these. And if you can, like watering your houseplants, you want to be watering from the base. Put the water into a large tray, let that actually seep up into the soil and discard any excess. Don't let them sit in stone cold water. So this is your 14-day checkpoint. Your sweet peas should look something a little bit like this, around 1.5 to 2 inches tall. They're yet to send up any true leaves, and once they do, we're going to get 3 or 4 pairs of those to establish before we then pinch out the tips, start hardening them off and move them into a unheated cold frame outside for the rest of their growing ability. So then we're going to be bedding them out somewhere in mid to late March, depending on the weather. But there we go, that's what your sweet pea should look like at the 14-day point. Nice solid green little seedlings coming up. Make sure you pop your cloches back on in the evening because it's still getting quite cold. Even with the greenhouse heater running in here, still going to get down to about 6 or 7 degrees. So give them a little bit of protection, but make sure you take those cloches off during the day to stop them absolutely cooking. There was an incident about 3 years ago, I think. We had a really balmy day. I think it was about March or April, and temperatures outside reached 26, 27. Everybody was saying, oh, this is amazing, summer's hit early. In the greenhouse, that temperature got up to about 32, 33. Everything I had under cloches reached over 35 to 40 and absolutely fried. So you do need to be aware of the solar gain coming into the greenhouse. In here, it's going to be reaching at least 18, 19 degrees. So underneath the cloche, far too warm. So you want to be lifting that off during the day and then popping it back on for the evening. Right, if you're not growing along with me real time, this is your 14-day checkpoint. If you have any questions at all, or you need to anything answered, you know how to get hold of me. Just drop me a comment or send me a DM. I hope you're all enjoying a sweet pea grow along. And if you have any problems at all, you know how to get hold of me. Have a wonderful week. The weather's set to be absolutely glorious here across the UK. Really mild, so plenty of opportunity to get out into the garden and get lots of those jobs done. Anyway, I'll see you all again soon. Take care now. Bye.